Hello everyone, I'm your digital host, Tatyana White. Welcome back to another episode of the 48 Recap, the one-stop shop to catch up on some of the top news stories of the week. We've had many stories happening this week, including storm damage and storm cleanups from the May 20th tornadoes. The family of a Sneed Town councilman is suing Major League Fishing and others after he was killed in a boat collision on Smith Lake in April. New details on the murder of a Florence woman and DUI checkpoints in Huntsville this Memorial Day weekend. I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. Let's get into this weekend's recap. So I hope you all are safe from Tuesday night's storms. It was definitely very scary, and many areas in the Tennessee Valley received a lot of damage. WAFF 48 had reporters across North Alabama for coverage as homeowners and workers began to clean up, sort through debris, and get power restored. The storms did serious damage, including in Madison County. 48's Nick Ballinger shares more on the damage experienced there, including damage one family is still recovering from.
Devastation that hit a Madison family can be summed up by what's behind me, but it's the spirit of this community and the family inside that's holding up what is now a metaphorical roof over their head.
So you can see where it's starting to, that's where it's going to come apart.
As Marcy Kennedy sorts through what memories and belongings can be saved from her home,
It has all my kids' books that my grandsons and my kids had read over the years. So I'd like to keep these books.
Tuesday night's EF2 tornado and what it took from her family plays through her mind.
And he's like, looks up. He's like, we've lost the roof. Yeah, it's pretty dramatic when you look at it right here. And in my art studio got it the worst. That was stunning. I was hysterical. It was just like horrifying. It's like, oh my gosh, because it's like I said, it's such a dramatic change.
Now, her main focus is salvaging what she can.
There's no rail right at this landing by purpose because they're going to need to be able to get the furniture out. So we're in a race against the weather. Water's going to take all this and it's going to throw it down because it's going to rain again. And I have this marvelous sunroof.
She may have lost her roof, but not her sense of humor.
And this is for tanning, when you need to tan.
Oh my goodness.
Your bathroom.
It's her positive attitude that shines a light on a dark situation.
You're having fun with it because it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone.
But it's her neighbors who are putting aside the damage of their own to lift up this family piece by piece.
They're here to help, and they're wanting to get this done because this is somewhere where they can do something that makes a difference right now. And God is good, and He's making this into something. And if it's just that we're all getting together right now and we're working together, it makes a tremendous difference.
Kennedy tells me a friend has offered them a place to stay while they try to clean up what's left of their lives inside this home. But she says she's going to rebuild no matter how long it takes. In Madison, Nick Ballinger, 48 News, on your side.
And a lot of cleanup efforts have been focused in Montesano, where some homeowners still don't have power. 48's Faith Dupp was in Montesano, where she talked with Huntsville utility crews and residents on cleanup and recovery efforts after these severe storms.
Oh my God. That.
Imagine seeing this sight after Wendy Watson didn't even hear the massive tree fall in the middle of Tuesday's storms. She's just thankful it fell away from her home. Watson was without power until 4 Thursday morning.
I was scared to death. I was running from room to room because I heard all these loud noises on my roof.
Many other homes on Montesano are still without power. One resident told me they are camping at Montesano Park until their power comes back on in order to cook meals and shower. Today alone, Huntsville Utilities has restored power for over 400 customers, coming down from a peak of over 18,000 at the height of the storms.
They've been major fast. Yeah, they were out here at 1:30 taking care of the pole that was leaning.
She was up at 1:30 and they were still working, so they got the power back on in the middle of the morning.
Yeah.
Community Relations Manager for Huntsville Utilities, Gary Whitley, says they do not know when exactly everyone's power will be restored, but their crews are working as fast and as safely as possible.
We appreciate your continued patience, and please know that our crews are working as quickly as safely possible to restore service to all impacted customers from Tuesday's severe weather EF2 tornado event.
And the National Weather Service has confirmed that several tornadoes touched down throughout the Tennessee Valley on Tuesday. Killingsworth Cove in Madison County was hit with a high-end EF2 tornado with winds of over 130 miles per hour. An EF1 tornado hit Limestone County near Lucas Ferry Road, and another EF2 tornado touched down near I-65 and Highway 31 and stayed on the ground for 13 miles all the way to Slaughter Road. The National Weather Service also recently confirmed that an EF1 hit Marshall County in the western portion of the county near the Allen Crossroads area, and another EF1 tornado touched down in Jackson County. We are still waiting for the National Weather Service to confirm how many tornadoes hit our area. It will likely take at least a couple of days for crews to check out all the possible tornado locations. And there are resources available for people around the Tennessee Valley who need assistance following the storm damage, including crisis cleanup, and they will be providing free storm damage cleanup services, including tree and debris removal, tarping damaged roofs, muck out services, and other cleanup efforts. The hotline for free tornado cleanup services is 256-207-5832. The hotline will be open until June 6th. And the family of a former Sneed Town Councilman Joey Broom has filed a lawsuit against Major League Fishing MLF fisherman Flint Davis and guide boat captain Gary Holcomb following Broom's death during a boat collision in April. 48's Nick Ballinger reported from Smith Lake where this tragedy occurred, and he shares more on the lawsuit.
It was here on Smith Lake in Coleman County where 58-year-old Joey Broom was enjoying his morning on an annual work fishing trip when tragedy struck. A Major League Fishing bass boat hit the boat that Broom was on, killing him and two others. Now, to many, Broom was known as a Sneed Town councilman, but to his son Dylan, he was just dad. The last day Dylan Broom saw his father was just like any other.
I was with him the night before, and he said, "I'll see you tomorrow. I got to go to work in the morning. I'll be here tomorrow afternoon."
58-year-old Joey Broom was on an annual work fishing trip the morning of April 16th on Smith Lake in Coleman County, the same day as a Major League Fishing event.
Does his normal routine, goes fishing with his coworkers. They plan on going back to work after lunch, and tragedy strikes.
Broom was on the boat with four others when law enforcement officials say MLF's Flint Davis, driving at a high speed, hit the boat, killing Broom and two others.
I knew I wouldn't get that phone call if it wasn't bad. There's no way, nothing can prepare you for that kind of news.
The Broom family filed a lawsuit Friday against MLF, Flint Davis, and the driver of the boat Broom was on, Gary Holcomb. It claims, quote, MLF created a foreseeable risk of serious injury or death.
The whole purpose of this lawsuit is to require the fishermen and the leagues that run these tournaments to have safety standards in place. Speed, visibility, anything else that affects not just the safety of professional fishermen, but also other boats on the water.
I want safety to be put ahead of a prize dollar. We lost 3 lives on April 16th. That needs to be the last 3 that we lose.
Broom says he doesn't want the life of his father to go in vain.
He was there for you. If you needed something, you could count on Joey Broom.
I've reached out to Major League Fishing for a comment on this story. We will update you when I receive a response, and we will continue to stay on top of this story. In Coleman County, Nick Ballinger, 48 News, on your side.
And new details behind the murder of a Florence woman were released this week. Court documents revealed that the man accused of murder in that case, Logan Rogers, hit Autumn Strickland twice with her car. Strickland was last seen on May 16th near the Strickland Hotel on North Court Street in Florence, and she was reported missing on May 18th. Florence police officials said tips and work from detectives led to the arrest of Rogers on Tuesday, and he was charged in connection with her disappearance and attempted murder. Police said after Rogers hit Strickland, he then came back to the scene 30 minutes later with a different vehicle and threw her body inside. It was all caught on surveillance footage from a nearby business. Police said burned remains were found in a barrel at Rogers' home. Forensic testing is underway to determine if the remains are those of Autumn Strickland. Rogers' charges have since been upgraded to murder, and he was denied bond on Wednesday. He will continue to stay in the Lauderdale County Jail without bond. The suspect and the victim did not know each other. And as we go into Memorial Day weekend, the Huntsville Police DUI Task Force will carry out traffic safety DUI checkpoints. The checkpoint started yesterday and will continue through tomorrow. HPD said drivers who are stopped at a traffic safety DUI checkpoint will have to present a valid driver's license, proof of insurance, and vehicle registration to officers. So be sure to be safe out there this Memorial Day weekend. And coming up after the break, I'll be highlighting a local entrepreneur and author's journey, a sneak peek into news coming up in our evening newscast, giving a look into some great events happening in the Huntsville and surrounding areas. All that and more when we come back. Hello everyone and welcome back to the 48 recap. I see I have a few comments from Donna and Roberta. Happy Saturday to you both and thank you so much for tuning in. And I had the pleasure of sitting down with local entrepreneur and author Andre Love Jose. He is a member of the Armed Forces, a motivational speaker, an author, and an entrepreneur who's turning pain into purpose. He sat down with me and talked about everything from surviving loss and deployment to writing his third book titled Broken Men and opening up a barbershop in Huntsville called Vincent's Hair Studio. He has such a powerful story and he hopes to change at least one life by sharing it with others. And so you talked a little bit about this, and I'm sorry for the loss of your friend. So you went through a lot of deep personal challenges, like losing your friend to suicide and financial loss and mental and physical strain. And so how did you channel those experiences into your writing?
Before she committed suicide, I think I only had a devotional out. I wrote a devotional in COVID. And once she committed suicide, like I say, it was so many thoughts and emotions just all over the place. Because at that point, I had lost, my grandparents, my close uncle. So I had been taking losses, like loss after loss after loss. And it just felt like my back was against the wall. And after, reading, I'm an avid reader. After reading day after day after day, I'm like, okay, maybe I should just focus my emotions and my thoughts into this pen. And while I write, every time I write, my first thought is my best friend. First thought is, everyone that I lost. First thought is the pain. And I put everything that I have into writing with the hopes of helping just one person. Like I tell people, my writing isn't for the entire world. It's not for everyone. But I believe it's just for one person. And if it's just for that one person, as long as I can help that one person through the time that I went through, the world would be much better,
Yes, exactly. It was so great talking with Andre. His journey is definitely one of resilience and rebirth. And to support Andre and to hear more about his journey and ways you can go out to his barbershop and support the release of his third book, the full 48 Now interview is available to watch at WAFF.com under the Digital Shows tab. And a story to look out for coming up in our evening newscast, the Morgan County Sheriff's Department responded to 2 separate wrecks this morning. Deputies, EMS, and VFD responded to a fatal one-vehicle rollover wreck on Highway 67 at Mountaintop and Julian Road in the Ryan Crossroads area. They also responded to a 2-vehicle wreck with injuries on Highway 231 in Lacey Spring. Authorities advise people to use caution in the area and to expect delays. Tune into our evening newscast to hear more details on this story and many more stories. And if you are looking for a fun event to check out in the area this weekend, the 28th annual Old School and Blues Festival is happening right now at the Huntsville Dragway and will be going on until 11 p.m. tonight. The Old School and Blues Festival is the longest running urban event in northern Alabama. The festival features internationally renowned artists as well as local artists. Tickets can be purchased online at VIPSOCIO.com. And you can also check out the Shop Black Fest happening today from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Campus 805. This is their 4th annual celebration, and it is a way for people to come out and shop from over 60 Black-owned businesses and various Black-owned food trucks. There will be something for the whole family to enjoy, including live music, performances, DJs, games, a bounce house, and just lots of community fun, and it's free admission. And the Alabama Jubilee Hot Air Balloon Classic is back at Decatur Point's Mallard Park for an unforgettable celebration of hot air balloons, live entertainment, arts and crafts, and family-friendly activities. It started early this morning, but activities will continue throughout the rest of this afternoon into the evening. Activities for the Jubilee will also be happening tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. This event is free admission, and blankets and lawn chairs are encouraged. And you still have a chance to go to the big old ballpark fair. The last day to attend is tomorrow, and tickets can be purchased online. And there are just some awesome events happening in the city this weekend and the surrounding areas, so definitely go check out all of these fun events and all the fun events that Huntsville and these areas have to offer this Memorial Day weekend. And check out huntsville.org's event tab and wearehuntsville.com's event calendar to check out more events happening in the area. That is all I have today for the 48 recap. Let's check out some of the Saturday snapshots people submitted today. These photos were submitted by Randall Satterfield, James Reed, and Sherry Cup. The lightning photo was in Madison beside Toyota Field. The rainbow photo was captured early Thursday morning near Alabama A&M, and the sky photo was captured in Harvest. And I just love all of these photos. I think it really captures how after such stormy and bad weather, there were some beautiful skies and rainbows afterwards. So I just love that. And thank you all so much for submitting these photos for Saturday Snapshots. I hope you and everyone else have a fun and safe Saturday. That is all I have for you today. Thank you all for tuning into the 48 recap. And don't forget to tune into 48's Weather Extra segments. Our meteorologists go live every Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. and every Saturday and Sunday. Tune into meteorologist Jeff Denoyers tomorrow at 8:15 a.m. for the 48 First Alert Weather Extra segment. And this is just another way to give you all extra insights on the latest weather forecast. So make sure to download our 48 apps and follow us on our Facebook and YouTube channels so you don't miss any updates on the weather. And if you would like to stay in touch with me and connect with me throughout the week, please be sure to follow my Facebook page at Tatyana White, WAFF 48. Take care, everyone, and be safe this Memorial Day weekend. I will see you all back here next Saturday. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.